best way to find happiness in your career is to determine what you love doing, right? Which is why the identification of your core interests is such a vital step when it comes to cultivating a strong graduate career profile whilst you're in university. You want to ensure that you are doing something that makes you happy every day, and that will also help your job feel less like work and more like fun. Because let's talk about it. Once you've identified your core interests, you can then start to also identify what are your strengths, right? What are your strengths? And you can double down on that. So let's make an example. Let's say you enjoy working with numbers, right? This is what we call an interest. And you also happen to be good with numbers. This is a core strength. This is what we call a double win. Already you can start narrowing down the university programs that you can start applying for. But you need to ask yourself the following. What type of subjects or modules did I enjoy the most and why? Which pieces of content did I find to be most interesting and why? Because you're trying to discover your core interests. So let's say you loved history classes in high school and you mostly enjoyed the researching element, researching literature and constructing an effective argument to a rebuttal or point of view. What you have done, ambitious professionals, is that you have identified an interest and you've went a bit deep in understanding the why as well as which component of the content you enjoyed the most. Now, let's find a strength that is aligned to your core interests. So let's say, for example, you also happen to be quite a good and confident public speaker. You are able to then build on that skill set as you were part of a debating team in high school. So here we have a core interest that is mixed with a why, and to add to the mix, we've got an aligned strength. That equates to a double win. Now, if you think about it, the most obvious career stream I would advise the student is to explore, in this case, would be law, right? So what I'm saying is that it's important to look at the type of tasks or content and then identify the types of jobs which seamlessly fit into that. Another way is to discover what your interests are is through a psychometric assessment. So what this will do is that this will then allow you to discover and then to reaffirm your interests, your personality profile, as well as your cognitive abilities. These tests are quite expensive, but let me tell you, they can really open your mind in terms of the various career paths that are aligned with your profile. Because what the goal is to actually incorporate certain aspects of your enjoyable pieces of work into a career stream. By continually questioning your current career decisions and interests, this will be quite important for you, especially if you're thinking of pivoting from your current studies. Where that means becoming more specialized within your niche through selecting a postgraduate study or program, or changing your degree altogether. You need to make that pivot and decide as quickly as possible, because let me tell you why. Money is on the table. The longer you prolong the process, you're not just wasting money, but you're wasting time as well. So, in essence, a high-performing student is one that is aligned with their current field of study and also feels at home with what they are currently studying in university.